Hello everyone, this is Gulrez again from Be a Sales Specialist. So in this sales series, we are discussing about the roadmap of the sale. We are discussing about a structured sale, the sales structure. Actually, we are digging into the deep, like what exactly is the sales structure, and we agreed like there are 10 steps which we need to follow to get the better results. And in my last video we discussed more in details about the first step, and that was the right attitude. We discussed it like if you want to make any sale and if you want to make any kind of business, you need to be in the right attitude. You cannot make any sale or cannot grow your business with a neutral or negative attitude. And then we discussed it more in details, like you need to be in the right attitude before you shake your hand with your customer, before you answer their call, or before you start even writing an email. So we discussed it in detail, and for some reason, if you have missed it, so you still have an opportunity to go back, and anytime you can go back and you can review the data again. It's available on the internet. And in this sale nugget, we will discuss about the second step, and that is the greeting. So the first step was the right attitude. Now we are done with the right attitude. So I believe now, before meeting to the people, before meeting to your customer, you are in your right attitude. You know what it is and how you can make yourself positive for your people, and you know what to do, because we discuss these steps in details. But being in the right attitude, now the second step is the greeting. The first time when you meet your customer, the first moment when you see each other, these are not changeable actually. It has a huge impact on your sale, on your business, or on your relationship. Before going into the details, let me explain you like what is the purpose of the greeting. And I mean, greetings has some rules. Everything has some rules. In greetings, what you want to do, greetings, what you do, you welcome your customer into your store. You introduce yourself to him. That my name is Gulrez and I welcome you into this store. You're very, very welcome. You put your customer at ease. You bring some comfort level for him so he feels himself a little bit more comfortable, and you help them like if they requires. You find some common ground between each other, like something common between you and me. I will try to find it out, like what is common between you and me, and I will try to give you more and more comfort level. And then I give you the space, you give the space to the customer to make any kind of decisions. You try to get the control. Try to get the control. You just snatch it. You try to get the control from your customer. And these are the main purpose of the greetings. Introduce yourself, put your customer at ease, find some common grounds between each other, explain them if they require anything, and try to get the control from your customer. So grabbing the control of the process is one of the most important things that you have to do during the greeting sessions. Like, we can explain it like this. The controlling the situation is actually the closing the deal. Controlling is directly proportional to the closing the deal. So we understand it until now. Like the rule of the game is like you need to welcome your customer first. Okay, the thing is like you have to walk towards your customer. You should have to wait for them to come to you. They are there for their reasons. They are not there for your reasons. So now this is your job. Walk towards your customer. Shake your hand. Put them at ease. It's very, very important. Like, before going further, like, you need to understand it. All the customers are the real customers. Make your eye contact with them. Try to give them a right service which they deserve. Stop looking for the reasons like why they are not going to buy from you or why you're not making this business. feel them, treat them as a real customer, put them as on ease, like they need to feel comfortable in your store, in your presence, or while doing the business with you. You know what? People usually guard themselves, like they protect themselves when they meet the new people. And you know what? Like as long as they're guarding themselves, they will not come to the common ground, something common between you and them. And if they're coming to the common ground, then it's going to be very tough for you to build a relationship with them. So this is your job, like to make them comfortable. What happened most of the time when any customer enter to any business or go to any store or anywhere, he has so many questions at the back end of his mind. Like sometimes he's thinking like, I'm here. I mean, whenever you approach to the to your customer or any prospect, and he may have so many questions in his mind. Maybe he want to tell you like, I'm here to pass my time. My train was late, so that's why I'm here. I'm not here for the shopping. I'm here to see the things around. I just want to know the price condition. I don't have that much of the time to talk with you. And I mean, he may have this much of the question at the back end of his mind whenever he enter into your business. And what you need to do is just relax and be positive. Wait for the moment when you're gonna get his confidence. Let him think, but you need to be aware of like, I mean, why he is guarding in his self, or why he's not getting open with you. You know what? Let me discuss another concept, and that is the RDR. The RDR stands for the reactionary defense response. Okay, we need, what is the reactionary defense response? The reactionary defense response is a natural response the customer or anyone have in advance or in action when he meet or when he face any new situation. So whenever people enter into your store or into your business, so they're the buyers or the customers or the prospects, RDR system is activated. It becomes activate automatically, and it becomes complicated with the fears. I mean, he has some kind of, he feels himself not secure into your business, or if he feels uncomfortable, the RDR system will be very, very, I mean, complicated. Okay, now, okay, because we have started discussing the RDR system, let's explain it a little bit more. The RDR system is when it activated, like RDR, the reactionary defense response system activated when your customer try to make any kind of decision. If he thinks like, if he gonna spend some time over here in your store, and if he's expecting that he's gonna make any kind of decision, then his RDR system will be automatically activated at the back end of his mind, and this defense system will stop him, or will, I mean, create some problem, or will delay the process. But you need to be professional enough to understand the objections and the question he has in his mind because of this RDR system. Sometimes the customers, the buyer, the prospects RDR system is activated because they think like they don't want to get ripped off. At the back of their mind, they have maybe they may have these things like they don't want to be ripped off by the salesman. And sometimes they think like that, the RDR system activated because they think that the salespeople, they are putting a lot of pressure at him, or they will force him to buy the system, buy from them, from their shop. Or sometimes they think like they are not financially ready for this product, or maybe they are actually, but they overestimate or underestimate the situation. And these are the reasons like the RDR, the reactionary defense response system, get activated to get them on a common ground, to give them some comfort. You need to be master of it. You need to get them, or you need to get their trust before they quit your sale, before they quit the process, and before they give up. the only way to handle their automatic RDS system is to understand what is happening in their inner world, what they're thinking. I mean, you need to be smart enough to know like what they are thinking right now, what is happening at the back end of their mind, and understand it. You need to find some common thing between you and them. I mean, to find something common between you and your customer, the first and the most important thing you can do is you need to be agree with them. You need to be an agreeable person, because people like to work with those people who are agreeable. You can restructure everything. We can redefine the contract later on, but at this time, put them at ease, to find something common between you and them, is you need to be an agreeable person. You have to walk to your customer. You need to introduce yourself at a first hand. You should not have to put any kind of pressure on them to make any sale, to buy anything, or to do any kind of business. Give them some time. Let them visit your store. Let them visit you online, or let them explore your services by themselves. And if they need it, if just realize them that you are not there to sell the things. Introduce yourself like, I'm here to explain you the things, and that's all. I will explain you, I will give you some knowledge about the product, but later that's you who gonna make your decisions when you have a time. I'm not here to put any kind of pressure on you to buy it or not to buy it. And I mean, you also gonna realize them. You're not taking a lot of time, their time as well. People are very busy these days. But if they need anything, so they need to be able to find you where you are and how they can get the information. So these are the very important steps, the most important steps of the greeting process. Like you need to put your customer at ease. You need to find some common space or something mutual, I mean, between you and your prospect, to get his trust. And if your prospect will start trusting at you, he will be open up. He will be more open up with you, and he will try to explain more about his needs and demands, and then you might be able to sell your solution, or you can guide him well for other thing. And you need to be aware of their automatic RDR, the reactionary defense responses, and you need to learn them, all of them. I mean, whenever they enter into your store, so you need to be smart enough that you know that what they're thinking, what is happening at the back end of their mind. So I mean, by following these steps, by having the right greeting, by making your first and a good impression, by grabbing the control, you can almost guarantee your sale. And for some reason, if you're not able to grab the control, or if you lose your impression in the first few seconds, and if you fail to find something common between you and them, I mean, between your prospect, or if they are not feeling very easy, very comfortable, and if they're thinking like they're putting a lot of pressure on them, and if they're thinking that, if your customers are thinking like if they have the impression, if once we go into your store and they will be obliged to buy something, if they have these kind of feelings, then you know what, like what's going to be happen, they will keep guarding themselves, and they will not, I mean, open up so much so they can make any kind of business with you or yourself. These are the biggest mistakes. We need to avoid them. Always walk towards your customer. Do not wait for them to come towards your to your desk, or shake your hand, ask their name, tell their name. I mean, it's very important. Be present there. Make eye contact with them. Be present there. Remember, they are there for their reasons. They are not there for your reasons. Listen to them. Be activate. I mean, you need to be aware of all the RDR responses, like what's gonna be happen. Why you need to understand their feelings, why they are telling what they're telling. And once you get the control in the greeting sessions in the first few moments, so the next 8 steps, they're going to be very, very, very easy. And for some reasons, if you are not in the right attitude, and if you are not able to greet them well, as we have defined, as we have discussed, Then there are gonna be some challenges which you may face in coming stages. Like as we have explained already, all these steps are very important, and we need to follow them in a sequence. We cannot skip them. We cannot greet them without having the right attitude. We have discussed these two steps until now, so we cannot swap them even. Let's say if you greet them first and then show your right attitude, like maybe you can get the control of the whole process. Find the common grounds, greet them rightly, and give them some space. Let them make their decision by themselves. Do not put any kind of pressure. And I'm sure, like by this kind of greeting, I mean, by if we start working on it, if we start improving ourselves on the greetings, if we start from this step, I'm sure like our results will start moving on. So in the next video, we will discuss about the next step, and that is the objections, how to handle the sales objection, the undefined objections. Sometimes there are some defined objections and there are some undefined objections. People are saying one thing but thinking about the other thing. So we will discuss them in details. See you then. Take care of yourself. Bye.